Okay, so there have been a lot of myths surrounding the real estate market. So we're going to be bringing to you the myth behind title documents in Lagos, Nigeria. So there have been a lot of misconception surrounding the real estate market, especially when it comes to title. When you know about these things, you'll be able to make the right decision. So I want you to stick to your screen. You can always drop a comment on the comment section. Tell us any other topic that you want us to talk about, and also ask your question. We are here to answer your question because we want to help you. We actually want to help you make decisions that will help your investment grow. You don't want to buy property and at the end of the day, it's not what it seems to be. So we want to help you make investment decisions in this month of May. So join us in this series. We're going to be bringing right to your screen. And I know you're going to be learning something exceptional today. In the real estate market, there have been so many myths, there have been so many stories around it, especially the title document aspect. So on today's episode on real estate myth buster series, so today we're going to be demystifying the myths behind title documents in Lagos, Nigeria. So with me on set is my colleague, the third eye realtor. Oh, let's get right into it. You're going to be learning something today. Okay, so Uma, thank you for joining us today. So can you give us a brief? There have been so many myths, there have been so many people. I heard someone saying, if it's not CFO, I'm not buying. If it's not this, I'm not buying. Can you give us a brief story around the title documents? Thank you.
Okay, title documents in Nigeria. Okay, let's take it from the Land Use Act of 1978, which states that all land has been vested in the government. But the government recognizes that this land actually belongs to whether families or communities. So you don't want to rule out that, but administratively, all land has been vested in the government. And so in instances where and this acquisition, or the fact that the land has been vested in government, presupposes that the land will be used in the public interest. But in instances where the government have decided how much of it will be committed to XYZ projects, they often release the land back to the original owners, and that process is known as. Alright, so the basic titles that is recognized and valid in Lagos State would be excision, government excision, then you have gazettes, you have the CFO, and then you have the governor's consent. There are a lot of things that people refer to as titles. For example, registered survey is not a title, receipts is not a title.
Are you serious?
Yes, they are instruments of the transaction, because landed property transactions are legal, they are legal transactions, and then they will be backed up with several documents. All those documents have their place. I'm sure in the course of the series we will get to that, but for now, just know that these are the four basic titles. It's either government excision, gazette, CFO, or governor's consent.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes.
This is amazing, because this is a series that we're about to take, that we're going to be demystifying in Lagos, Nigeria. So right now we're going to be taking out two that is very common, and at the same time, a lot of people have said, because this particular land has this documents, I'm not selling it, I'm not buying it, I'm not going to invest in this property and all that. So today we're going to be looking at two, actually. So today we're looking at the excision and the gazette. Please, can you explain to us what is excision and what is gazette?
All right. Before I explain what excision is, I want to mention something that you may come across. You may come across a land they said is freehold. It means that government has no interest on it and it's available. That's what it means. What that means also is that you can formalize it by perfecting the title.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, so that means the freehold is not the title.
It's not a title.
Okay.
It means it is available.
It's available.
It's not a title.
It's not a title.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's okay. Continue.
But then, so I said earlier that from time to time, government get to release land back to the original owners which could be families or communities. And that means that an individual or a corporate organization can never have excision on a land. It's not possible.
An individual cannot have an excision on the land.
An individual
or a corporate organization.
Yes.
Okay.
The reason is because excision is a release back to the original owner, and that's the reason why before an excision is granted, there's a whole lot of history. History has to be written out by investigative lawyers who have a lot of information because they want to be sure that they are releasing the land to the rightful owners. That's the original owners. And one thing government never does is to give you all of the land that you applied for. As a matter of fact, before you apply for excision, you need to consult them. They assure you that it's available, then you can go ahead and apply for it. So the process of applying, verification, and releasing back to the original owners, which could be communities or families, is what is called excision. So when you say that a land has government approved excision, it means government has released to the original owners.
Wow.
So they are now the owners, they can sell and they can do whatever they please with it. Government is aware.
Okay.
That's what it means.
Okay, so thank you. So what is that?
When you talk Gazette, generally, Gazette is just a government publication that lists all approvals, all grants, granted approvals, and whatever government has signed into law over a period of time. Gazette features things like change of name, change of business name, what have you, including approved excision. So when you say a land is gazetted, you are simply saying that the information, the excision information is now available in a public domain. That's what it means. Because ordinarily, if a family or a community have secured excision on a parcel of land, you can't just find that information readily available. But the moment it is gazetted, it means it's out there. Nobody can be in denial. If you are in denial, then you don't have an excuse. So that's what it means. So you can say that Gazette is a step higher. It formalizes it further, it strengthens it. It strengthens the excision that you already got on it.
Okay, you can also say that the Gazette is like a backing.
Yes.
The excision.
Exactly.
Okay, like when you're doing a change of name.
A change of name.
You do an affidavit. You go to a newspaper publication.
So for example, if someone just got married and you had to change your name, maybe you want to change your name on your bank account, you can't just walk to the bank and present your marriage certificate.
Yeah, that's true.
Of course, nobody will deny the marriage certificate, but it's not enough. For documentation purposes, for official purposes, it won't cut it. So you are required to go do a newspaper publication, because from that moment, it means that the information is now in the public domain. Everybody knows about it. The moment you publish it that way, it means that to whom it may concern, everybody has been informed. Whether you got the information or not is irrelevant. So that's just what. So that means that any any property that has Gazette is good to buy.
Okay.
Properties that have excision is also good to buy. Yeah, but it's always good to check and cross-check using the necessary professionals that can get you the information, because these are not information that you can fish out as an individual, especially because of the peculiarity of our situation in Nigeria. We are getting better, yes, but you need to get your facts right, and that's where working with professionals come in, working with realtors, surveyors, lawyers, so that you can be sure of what you are getting.
Oh, all right. So you just demystify one of the major issues that people have been having in terms of title documents. That's the excision and the Gazette. So what you're saying is that if you want to buy a land and it has a Gazette on it, it's a good buy. And if you want to buy a land and it has excision on it, it's a good buy. You know, that's why they say that knowledge is powerful. So you know and you make use of it will help you in your investment decision. I know you have been having a wonderful time with us here. So this is going to be coming to your screen on a weekly basis. I don't want you to miss out on this. I don't want you to miss out on this. Stay put, because we're going to be giving you insights to enable you to make decisions that will help your property appreciate at the appropriate time. Thank you for joining us today. We will be coming to your screen next time, same area. Have a nice day.